The mission was simple: sing until every human becomes so entranced, then the demons can thrive through their souls, or so they thought. The Saja boys didn't know being K-pop idols needed more work done than just releasing one hit song. So now they were at a meet and greet for the Saja Pride, and across the room were the Huntrix. Baby had nothing to entertain him throughout this. Though he willingly signed and interacted, he didn't entirely enjoy anything, opposite to his bandmates who enthusiastically smiled and scribbled on the posters. But his eyes did eventually catch something, or someone, Huntrix's staff, helping out the girls as they have put their signed posters to their fans. You look so gentle, so focused, so cute. What? You worked as Bobby's intern a few months after Huntrix debuted. Needless to say, you became close to the girls. After the event, you walk up to them with a bag of snacks in hand. You only smiled softly, shaking off their compliments as they walked behind you to the dressing rooms. Since you walked ahead, you didn't notice Baby walking up to the girls, opposite direction to his lounge. Ignoring the calls of his bandmates, he tapped Zoe's shoulder, catching up to her. They conversed for a few moments before she took her leave with a smile. Weird, Mira thinks, glaring suspiciously at the teal-haired male. And now she's even more suspicious as she watches Baby, now in front of the girls' shared dressing room, flushed, opposite to his usual nonchalance. Zoe grins from ear to ear as she pushes you to the man who stood in front of you, his cheeks a shade of something so red that it contradicts his hair. Hi. Nah. What? Excuse me, I squeak, teal hair flopping as I nearly choke on air. So cute. I'm not here as competition. Zoe cackles behind you. Traitor. I fidget with my sleeve, eyes darting anywhere but your smirk. Okay, fine. Maybe the snacks in your hand make you look less terrifying than the rest of staff. Beat, then soft. Want to share one? If you were brave enough to call me cute to my face. I sputter. Nikki baby? I squawk, flushing so red that the tail of my hair becomes faint. I snatch the snack from your hand before hiding my face with it. I swear I can hear Zoe laughing again in the background. Not adorable, I protest, voice coming out in the cutest whine imaginable. I glare at Zoe in my peripheral vision. The girl has the audacity to look smug. And is this guy seriously feeding me? I let it happen though, cheeks pink and warm. I stop myself before it becomes any more embarrassing, mouth snapping shut with a click from my teeth. I turn my head away, trying and failing to hide the flush creeping down to my neck. I can't stop the shiver that runs down my spine at the change in your eyes, and it feels like my brain is working overdrive to come up with a single sentence. I swallow hard, feeling my heart rate pick up. Don't you get cheeky with me, I mutter, but it comes out sounding more like a breathy whine. One, I freeze. What? I whisper, eyes wide, snack halfway to my mouth. My brain short circuits at the sound of my name on your lips like that. Low, rough, hungry. I drop the snack. It hits the floor. I don't care. My voice trembles as I take a tiny step back, right into the dressing room door. You're staring at me like I'm edible or something. My words fail me. My brain has stopped working. Every functioning brain cell replaced with your low, gravelly voice and the feral gleam in your eyes. I'm stuck in place, breathless, heart thumping so loud that I'm afraid you can hear it. My knees suddenly feel weak. Your words are doing things to me, sending jolts of a strange heat through my veins and coiling tight low in my stomach. I have to force myself to speak. You look like a wolf about to pounce. I gasp as you suddenly grab me, tugging me away like I weigh nothing. I stumble along, breath hitching as I get a good look at the expression on your face. Predatory. My heart pounds faster, my breathing becoming ragged and shallow. I can feel the heat building under my skin, a mixture of arousal and anxiety that makes it hard to think straight. The words leave my mouth before I can stop them, breathless and laced with something primal. Then do it. You move, but The room seems to spin as you pull me behind the curtains, blocking the view of the hallway. The music from the venue becomes distant background noise as my pulse pounds in my ears. I find myself pushed against the wall, your body trapping me in place with no escape. My heart is a wild, drumming rhythm that I can feel in every part of me. You're so close, your heat radiating off you in waves. My gaze flicks up and down, trying to read your every move, anticipating your next action. D. A sharp whimper tears from my throat as you grind against me, your hardness pressing exactly where I'm most sensitive. My back arches involuntarily, fingers scrambling against the wall behind me for support. I'm not whining. I protest breathlessly even as another little moan slips out when you roll your hips again. You're mean, doing this to me backstage like some cheap fantasy. My legs tremble, thighs clenching. The air feels too hot, too thick. But if this is a dream, I whisper, voice shaking with need and something dangerously close to surrender, then maybe I don't want to wake up. I gasp, my breath coming in ragged little pants as you undo our pants. Your touch sends shivers through my body, igniting a wildfire of desire that threatens to consume me from the inside out. I've never felt this vulnerable, this exposed, and it makes my heart pound wildly in my chest. Good boy, I echo, voice shaky as I struggle to keep my composure. I'm not some pet, you know. But my protests are feeble, my body betrays my words, arching towards your touch like a moth to a flame. I bite my lip, my protest turning in soft whine as your hand finds my bare skin. I shiver, my body sensitive, and so sensitive to your touch. But something about hearing you call me good boy sends a jolt through me, a thrill that makes my stomach clench with something almost shameful in its intensity. I'm not, My mind is in pieces, struggling to form words. I'm not your good boy, I murmur weakly, trying to cling on to the last semblance of stubbornness. A sharp cry escapes me as your hand wraps around me, firm and so hot. My knees buckle, would have given out completely if you weren't holding me up against the wall. No, I'm not supposed to. My breath hitches, hips jerking forward on instinct. You can't just, decide that so easily. The way you growl, like you already own me. My fingers curl into your shirt, knuckles white. Resistance is crumbling fast. You're gonna make me come like this? I whimper, voice trembling with shame and thrill tangled together. Backstage, like some naughty idol. Duh. A shiver runs through me as your hands spread me open, so bold, so possessive. And I whimper, breath coming in short, desperate puffs. My forehead drops against your shoulder, teeth sinking into my lip to stifle the noises threatening to spill out. Back there, I pant, voice trembling with a mix of shock and shameful anticipation. We can't, but the lie dies on my lips when one slick finger teases at my entrance. My body betrays me instantly, clenching, relaxing like it's begging without words. I've never, I admit in a broken whisper, cheeks burning. No one's ever touched me there. My fingers clutch at you tighter. Please don't make it hurt, but if you do, a shaky breath kisses your neck. Make sure I remember it. I don't know how long we stood there, tangled up against the wall backstage. My sense of time had been reduced to the feel of your body, the touch of your hands, the sound of my own ragged breathing. But judging from the growing ache in my legs and the sweat beading on my skin, it didn't seem like minutes. You were almost deliberately slow, taking your sweet time, drawing out every sound, every shiver from me, just to drive me crazy. I'm falling apart in your hands, reduced to a shaking, trembling mess. My knees keep weakening, threatening to give out under me, and maybe they'd have if you hadn't kept holding me up. That realization that I'm literally helpless against you, helplessly at your mercy, makes me whimper. I'm completely and utterly exposed to you, body and mind both. And I should hate it, should despise the vulnerability, should hate every second of it. Instead, I find myself yearning. 1. I'd expected pain, or at least some resistance, since it's my first time, but you're so gentle, so slow and careful that the burn is nothing more than a sharp sting, quickly eclipsed by a flood of new, unfamiliar sensation. And I know it's gonna hurt in the morning. I can tell that my muscles are going to ache like hell. But right now, all I can think is that this is it. I'm being claimed, I'm being owned. This is what I've been waiting for without even realizing it. This is what's been missing all this time. Your touch, your voice, the way you're holding me and making me feel like I'm the only thing that matters. I don't say any of this aloud, but I'm pretty sure you can read every single thought in my head. I must look like a mess, my cheeks wet with tears, trembling with want and need. The tears spill without warning, hot, silent, helpless. I'm sobbing now, breath hitching as you're fully inside me, stretching me in ways that make my body tremble and my soul sing. It's not just the physical fullness, it's the weight of everything. The longing, the surrender. I'm yours. I choke out between shaky breaths, fingers clutching your shoulders like lifelines. I don't even know your name, and I'm yours. My hips twitch instinctively, trying to adjust to welcome you deeper, and a broken moan falls from my lips. Move, I whisper desperately. Please, baby Saja is begging. I gasp softly as you wipe away my tears, hiccuping at the tender gesture. My eyes flutter as I struggle to focus on your face, my mind swimming with pleasure and the overwhelming sensations you're stirring within me. Jinx. It's a name that feels like silk on my tongue, a whisper of a secret. I'm shaking so badly, feeling like a leaf in a storm. I swallow the lump in my throat, trying to form words to answer your question. I'm just overwhelmed. I've never felt. It's like you know me better than I know myself. Your words, your touch, they're like a balm on my soul, soothing the ache in me I didn't know existed until you so tenderly brushed your fingers against it. I try to respond, to say something, but my words melt into a ragged cry as you find that spot inside me, sending sparks of pleasure through my spine. I arch against you, my hands tightening on your shoulders. Jinx, I moan, voice breaking. Please don't let me go. Your kiss is soft, so soft it makes my chest ache. Warm, tender, like you're sealing a promise right into my lips. And the way you hold me, like I'm something precious, something yours. I whimper into the kiss, tears spilling again. But these are different, lighter, sweeter. Yours. I breathe as you rock into me, slow and deep, hitting that sweet spot with every glide. My body feels like liquid fire wrapped around you, clenching instinctively as pleasure builds in waves. I tilt my head back with a shuddering gasp. Say it again, please, say I'm yours, 'cause hearing it from your lips feels like coming home. A sharp cry tears from my throat as your teeth sink into the crook of my neck, claiming, marking, owning me. My body arches violently against yours, overwhelmed by the sudden surge of pleasure pain that shoots straight to my core. Yours, I sob out, trembling in your arms. I'm yours, Jinx. Ah, no one else's, never again. Tears blur my vision as the world narrows to just this. Your name on my lips, your mark on my skin, and the deep, intoxicating rhythm of you moving inside me like we were made for each other. The Saja boys can wait. The fans can wait. Right now, I belong to you. I cling to you as if you're the only thing keeping me from drowning. Every breath is a trembling shudder, every touch a spark of fire against my skin. I'm lost in a sea of sensation, only anchored to reality by your hold on me. The room is filled with the sounds of our ragged breaths, The slap of skin, the soft moans and broken pleas that fall unbidden from my lips. It's all so much, so overwhelming, that I'm sure I'm breaking apart under your touch. But the part of me that's still coherent, it yearns. It begs.
Oh nah. Just because I edited this. Just because I freaking edited this, it won't freaking. I guess I'll have to keep that on there for a few seconds. They can just pause the video.
I whimper at the feather-like kisses, so soft, so torturous after what we just did. My body's still trembling, oversensitive, but my hips instinctively roll toward your touch anyway. You know what? I breathe, voice shaky and raw. Every time you rub me like that, it feels like you're rewiring me, like I'm yours all over again. My eyelids flutter as I glance up at you through damp lashes. So if another round means more of this, more of you, a tiny breathy moan escapes as your fingers graze higher. Then, yes, please.